Kim Kardashian's 9-year-old son, Saint, seems to have accessed his mother's phone once more, resulting in an unusual post. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kim Kardashian has found herself in another surprising situation involving her son Saint, who is just 9 years old. Once again, it appears that Saint somehow managed to get into his mother's phone and post something that instantly caught the attention of her millions of followers. Early one Wednesday morning, people noticed something strange on Kim's Instagram account. It wasn't the kind of glamorous photo or business post they are used to seeing from her. Instead, there was a very unexpected message that told followers to go and subscribe to Saint's YouTube channel. The message simply read, "Sub to Saint's channel," even with a small punctuation mistake. It didn't take long for people to start talking about it in the comment section, and many of them guessed right away who was behind it. Kim's followers were quick to react, with many playfully scolding her young son in the comments. Some people told Saint to give the phone back to his mom, while others laughed about how it clearly looked like her account had been taken over. One person wrote something like, "Girl, tell your son to get off your phone," and another said, "It's giving hacked," showing how obvious it was that Kim probably hadn't posted it herself. Someone even joked that Saint was back at it again, doing exactly what he did before when he used her account to promote his Fortnite username. This kind of mischievous act isn't new for Saint, and fans seemed more amused than upset. Some followers found the whole thing quite funny and even called it smart. They said it was actually clever for Saint to use his mom's huge platform to promote his own content. After all, not many kids have access to one of the biggest Instagram accounts in the world. One comment even praised Saint for being ambitious, calling it a smart move to get some free publicity. Another fan said they would have done the exact same thing if they had the chance. It seemed like people didn't mind the interruption and saw it as an entertaining moment rather than a serious problem. People also started giving Kim advice, suggesting she needed to come up with a stronger password to keep her phone safe from Saint. Comments poured in from people saying things like, "Kim, we need a stronger passcode, babe," and "Kim, your son is here again," all pointing out that this wasn't the first time something like this had happened. It became clear to everyone that Saint might have made a habit of sneaking into his mom's phone when she wasn't paying attention. The fact that this happened again made it look like Kim still hasn't figured out how to keep him from doing it. The most interesting part is that this kind of thing happened before. Last year, during a very serious moment when people were focused on politics and national news, Kim's Instagram unexpectedly featured a post promoting Saint's Fortnite account. This happened just hours after Donald Trump had won the presidential election, and many people were shocked to see something so unrelated pop up on her page. At the time, Kim received a lot of criticism because people thought the post was tone-deaf or poorly timed. However, others started to wonder if Kim had even made the post herself. Eventually, it came out that it was actually Saint who had done it. Kim shared this story during a podcast interview in November. While talking with her friend Zoe Winkler on a show called What in the Winkler, Kim explained how sometimes parents just have to forgive themselves and understand that not everything is under their control. She was talking about how hard it can be when your child does something embarrassing, like saying something inappropriate or doing something you didn't expect. That's when she brought up the incident with Saint and the Instagram post on election day. Kim shared how her publicist had reached out to her in a panic after the post went live, asking her if that's really what she wanted to share during such an important time. But Kim quickly realized that it was her son who had taken her phone and posted it without understanding the bigger picture. She explained that Saint was just a kid and didn't know what he was doing. He saw an opportunity and took it, without thinking about how it might be seen by millions of people around the world. This shows that even famous parents deal with the same challenges as everyone else when it comes to raising children. Kim's story about her son serves as a reminder of how tricky parenting can be, especially when you're in the public eye. It also shows how technology has made things even more complicated. Kids today grow up with phones and social media all around them, and they often know how to use them better than their parents. Saint's little stunts might be funny to fans, but for Kim, they're probably a mix of embarrassment and learning experiences. She has to juggle being a mother with also being a public figure who millions of people watch every day. The fact that Saint was able to do this more than once suggests that he's not only tech-savvy but also bold enough to take those kinds of risks. Most kids wouldn't think of using their parents' account for anything, let alone for promoting their own channel or gaming profile. But Saint clearly doesn't see it that way. To him, it might seem like just a fun way to share what he loves with more people. It's harmless in his eyes, even if it causes a little bit of trouble for his mom. This whole situation also highlights how children of celebrities live in a completely different world than most kids. Saint has grown up with cameras, attention, and millions of people watching every move his family makes. That environment can influence how children behave and what they think is normal. To Saint, hopping onto Instagram and sharing a post might not seem like a big deal. But to the rest of the world, it's a funny and surprising glimpse into the life of one of the most famous families. Kim, despite all this, seems to handle it with patience and understanding. She didn't get angry or harsh about it during her podcast interview. Instead, she used the moment as an example of why parents should be gentle with themselves. Everyone makes mistakes, and kids especially are still learning what's right and wrong. Her words showed that even someone as famous and busy as Kim Kardashian takes time to reflect on how to be a better parent, even when things don't go as planned. What makes this story so entertaining for fans is that it feels real. Even though Kim is a huge celebrity, the situation with Saint is something that many parents can relate to. Almost every parent has had a moment where their child did something unexpected with their phone or computer. Whether it's making a silly post, buying something online, or changing settings without permission, kids are always curious and full of surprises. Saint's actions might be more public, but they show the same playful and mischievous spirit found in kids everywhere. For fans of Kim Kardashian, this kind of moment also reminds them that behind all the fame and luxury, she's still a regular mom trying to keep up with her children. She has to deal with the same things as everyone else, teaching her kids right from wrong, setting boundaries, and learning how to laugh at the little things. While some people might take these moments too seriously, others see them as a way to connect with someone who often seems untouchable. In the end, Saint's playful post might have caused a bit of confusion, but it also gave people something to laugh about. It showed that no matter how careful you are, kids can always find a way to surprise you. Kim might tighten her phone's security next time, or maybe she'll sit down with Saint and have another talk about what's okay to share online. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.